Remember coming back to school after the winter holidays in early January, during the peak blahs? Your face probably looked something like this, or this. Well, if you were a student at Casco Bay High School, you might have started off 2025 looking like this, or even this. Because for you, it's Intensives Week. How can a high school summon January joy and deep learning in a week? Let's find out.
All right, ready? Teach!
We are with 20 kids for a week solid.
It's a great way to get back into the school year and just to say, hey, this is something I love, I want to share it with you.
We have our highest attendance rate during intensives.
Let's put everything we have into this one idea, topic, project to really go at it.
It busts out learning into a whole other world.
Welcome to Learning from Maine, a new series as part of the Maine Loves Public Schools campaign. In Learning from Maine, we'll be sharing stories from Kittery to Madawaska, from pre-K to adult ed, highlighting both what's happening and what's possible in Maine public schools. My name is Eric Pierce, and I will be your companion on Learning from Maine. I had the great honor to teach and lead in Maine's public schools for over 30 years. Full disclosure, for the last 19 years, I worked here at Casco Bay High School. It made sense to start this series where I ended, and where I already knew all of the students' hiding places, to vape. We started doing intensives 20 years ago. It's a great way for small schools to offer both electives and unique, intense learning opportunities. It's also a great way to get students learning in and from their community. Intensives are one-week courses. 20 to 25 students work with 2 teachers all day, each day for a week on a specialized topic. They get immersed in their topic on day 1, and by day 5, they're expected to showcase their learning. We're going to take a closer look at 2 of these intensives, Casco Teaches and Learning to Swim. Before taking the swim intensive, where the goal is to make novice and non-swimmers into swimmers in a week, Jamilson got a clear message from his mom.
She just told me to be prepared and not drown.
Jamilson's goal is to swim in the deep end by week's end. He assesses his odds as
50-50.
Cardell's last swim over the summer did not go well.
I was hanging out with my friend, then I slipped in the water, and then I started like drowning and see myself in the water, and then I tried to get back up, I couldn't.
Too many Portland youth have a similar fear of drowning. That's why 2 Casco seniors worked with teachers to create the swimming intensive in 2014. A few years later, tragedy struck.
I looked at the newspaper, and sure enough, one of my students' brothers had drowned in Sebago Lake. And I said, that's it. I'm never going to stop doing it until I can't do it anymore. It is the difference between life and death. 99% of drownings are preventable.
What I'd like to hear now is what you did that you didn't think you could do before. Float.
Over 50 volunteers and experts help out at Casco during Intensives Week, including 15 alums.
Awesome, just like that.
Former swim intensive teacher Brooke Teller was moved by the course to found Maine Community Swimming in 2024. It's dedicated to helping Mainers statewide learn swimming essentials.
Maine is a state that is surrounded by water and water sources. We have so many lakes, streams, rivers, and of course, a whole beautiful coastline. Our new Mainers are a focus area. I'm finding that, especially amongst our high school population, they're courageous enough to step forward and say, I don't know how to swim, and I'm ready to learn. But part of my thinking behind Maine Community Swimming is that we can take some of that fear away and turn it into joy.
Beautiful, keep going. Beautiful.
Let's teach.
Back at Casco, Matt Bernstein and Priya Natarajan's intensive aims to have their students experience what it's like to be a teacher. In so doing, they hope to help address a different major challenge, the teacher shortage. Maine's teaching force is aging. The average age is 46, and just in the last 10 years, there's been a 50% decline in the number of students in Maine teacher training programs.
It's the 3rd year I've gotten to teach this intensive, and it really is soul-filling. It's so great to come right back after winter break, and the first thing you get to do is talk about why you love teaching.
This is a place where we celebrate teachers and support them. And so it just makes sense that we try to help students understand what an amazing profession it is. So we had 2 days of kind of a teaching 101.
You're writing down 1 to 3 qualities of a great educator.
What makes a great educator is like to know how to understand our students.
And then for 3 days, we had them welcomed into classrooms all over the district.
9th graders Moses and Nora were getting to work with their favorite former teachers and mentors.
He kept telling me that I should consider teaching, and I was like, I don't know. I want to get the kids to like pay attention. Like, I don't know how I would be able to do that.
Brunel just found out that his 2nd grade placement is with Josh Shard.
Really?
Yeah. So you were getting to work this week with 2 Maine Teachers of the Year.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Is 3 greater than 3?
I did.
You just did equals.
I mean, right now you have a whole bunch of little people who think you're like the coolest thing they've ever met. And that is one of the amazing perks of being a teacher, is that you get to be in front of a bunch of young people, make a difference in their lives, and be someone that they look up to and admire. You've been really friendly with the students, and the students really like you. But today I watched you also establish yourself as an authority.
Before, I didn't know if I really wanted to be a teacher, but now I feel like the chance is like increased more.
9th grader Nora has always known she wanted to be a teacher. But in Miss Gurney's class, she finds herself teaching the one subject she used to think she never could, math.
She didn't like math, and math is my favorite. And she was just really down on herself. By the end of the year, I knew that she felt a little different about math, and that was my goal for her.
I'm really grateful that I had you as a teacher because you helped me a lot to be who I am.
Thank you. I've had kids come back, and it's just special. It's all a teacher can ask for.
Moses is someone who really stuck out in my mind as a possible really great future teacher and community leader. He had a mixed and kind of rough experience at times in middle school, and sometimes I think kids who've had a rough experience and remember that can be really great teachers.
No, I was kind of like annoying to like all the kids, and I made class harder for them, and they didn't really need that.
So I want to remind kids like Moses that like you got the possibility to lead your community, and this is a way that you can totally do it. And I think it would have made a really big difference for you, further to be a young black man who's a teacher.
You told me that I could be a teacher. I just like kept that with me, and then I was like, when he told me that, I was like, honestly, no one has ever told me anything like that.
Back at the swimming intensive, students were working on more than their strokes. They were also becoming authors.
Our students are also writing books that they will share with elementary students to teach them about why it's important to know how to swim.
Her friends were there to cheer her on and make sure she was safe.
But by day 5, the biggest applause was earned in the pool.
I think he did it! I think he did it!
Did you get there? What happened today?
I swam in the deep end.
Yes!
I actually know how to swim.
And Cardell not only met his goal, he's got a new one.
Swim team, I'll probably try it next year.
This past January, Casco students chose among 18 different intensives, from fiber arts to Shark Tank, to a winter camping overnight deep in the Maine woods. At Casco Bay, intensives occur once in January and once before spring break in April. Otherwise, Casco students are involved in year-long classes. But Casco staff tell us something like intensives can occur in any school at any time.
I have always thought the intensive model was a great way to introduce our schools across the state to interdisciplinary, intensive, expeditionary models of teaching.
And everyone worked together to create a community quilt.
Teachers would see students doing things they never thought they would, and students can see teachers doing things in a whole other light as well.
I really like pencils. I could actually do a lot of things that I could never imagine I could.
What can you really accomplish in 5 days, right? And it turns out a lot. You can get a ton done in 5 days, and I think students come back from intensives and they often understand, wow, when I'm all in on something, when I'm giving everything I have to focus on getting something done, I can accomplish a tremendous amount. Imagine what I can do in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months.
At their best, intensives expand students' sense of what is possible for themselves. At their best, our schools also expand students' sense of what is possible for their world. Public schools are the engine for possibility in our communities and in our democracy. In Maine, the public schools are still often a town's most important resource. What do we really know about what's happening in our kids' schools? How about the school down the road? What's changed in schools? What hasn't? In 2025, what does learning from Maine look like? Let's keep finding out together.